I'm never going to a coffee shop again.
I'm giving you so much credit. I literally thought that was last week. That was Monday. All right. Well, I thought it was a good move by you. You know, you have decided you're going to save money and you're, going against the man, the big coffee man. Well, I gave you a month and a half because you seemed very convicted about this.
I was.
So I come into the morning meeting today. We're discussing topics for the show.
Yeah.
And I look over at my co-host Colin Cowherd, and what is this suspicious item on the table there?
Okay.
Well, it looks like a coffee mug from a franchise coffee shop.
Okay. This is Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp's fault.
Okay.
They took the week off. So because they took the week off, we don't have any coffee made in the building. So they hosed me. So the week I protested, by Monday I'll never go again. But I got trapped this morning because there's no coffee in the building anymore, and I can't come in here and prep for 2.5 hours without coffee.
Colin, hold on. The reason you were going to protest was you were going to make coffee at home.
Yeah, but it was
That is not Skip Bayless's fault.
Yeah.
Okay, it kind of is. But it was dark, and I had to feed the dogs, and I didn't have time, and I rushed out.
They, it sounds like a lot of excuses. We don't like when athletes make excuses. They could be reasons, but that's
First of
when
all,
you say it out loud, it becomes an excuse.
I'm
First of all,
disappointed.
they have coffee makers that you can literally program to make the coffee while you're sleeping. It just turns on its own and makes the coffee at a specific time.
That's nonsense stuff.
Of course it's nonsense. This is what I told you. I will pay for coffee because the convenience of going to a coffee shop like you did
Listen, I'm disappointed in myself,
is worth
too.
the extra money.
I'm
Gave
disappointed.
you way too much credit. A month and a half.
By the way,
I had
That's the end of the
football
week.
season. You make me look dumb. I said you would make it till football
Greg
season.
Toohey said 4 days. He was right.
He was right. He's the winner.
Ding.
Okay, starting Monday, I'm never going again to a coffee shop.
What if you just say that you're going to significantly cut back on the daily coffee trips,
That's not
when you need to, like this morning, you're just going to go and get coffee?
That's not as dramatic. It doesn't make as good a radio.
It
Don't you
doesn't.
have a cup, like a K-cup thing at home? So
Yes,
you
it
did
literally
not
takes
have
a
enough
minute.
time to push one button?
I don't have that kind of coffee maker. I don't have that kind of coffee maker. Or time, frankly. I'd feed dogs.
I think that you owe the coffee shops of America an apology.
Over my caffeine body. Joy with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Lie News.
Right, Jason McIntyre, one of my favorite segments. Tomorrow's Headlines Today is coming up next to wrap up a Thursday. Summer's here. You know what that means? It's barbecue season. And that means protein, heritage breed pork, free organic chicken, wild-caught salmon, grass-fed beef, all of it available at butcherbox.com. They work closely with the best farms and the best companies to raise animals humanely and ethically. They don't use antibiotics ever or hormones ever. And delivered right to your door, free shipping, which translates to less than $6 a meal. I had a piece of fish last night. Certainly wasn't $6 a meal. Somebody next to me had a steak last night. Not $6 a meal. Butcher Box provides the high-quality protein, free shipping, makes it wildly competitive, and they have a new deal if you sign up right now. Go to butcherbox.com/herd. Two things will happen. $20 off and 6 free burgers until October 15th. The next 6 weeks are prime barbecue, prime grilling season. Butcherbox.com/HERD.
Busy. Will Blackman, wine sommelier. I was saying, I think it's amazing.
No, studying to be one, yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
I love it. Absolutely.
Look up Maximum Beverage. They're my wine stores in Connecticut.
Go to NFL Wine Guy on Twitter and Instagram.
That's Gary V.
That's NFL Wine Guy. That's me.
That's you?
Yeah.
You're an NFL wine guy.
That's my handle.
Tell me something about the Bordeaux region.
The Bordeaux, well, you got Merlot on the right bank. You got Cab on the left bank. We just had something from Troplong Mondot from the right bank, Saint-Emilion. And he brought his wine. It was 85% Merlot, 5% Cab, and 2% Cab, 3% Cab Franc, I believe it was. And it was good. It was awesome.
I'm thinking of having a Pinot Gris. What does it go well with?
You can. It's light. Actually, it was interesting. Pinot Grigio, Pinot Gris. They're all kind of the same. Pinot Gris is gray. That's the word for it. So you can have that with any kind of like whitefish or whatever it is.
It was very good.
Got you, man. I do this. Joy.
You do this.
really
You guys
does.
discuss them, and I'll just try them.
Okay, his
Yeah.
name is Will Blackman. He actually has a sense of humor. I love your life story. I really like it a lot. I like your
I
life
appreciate it.
No, I like it. You have things to say, interesting. You know, you're a guy that I can tell without knowing you that well, you think about stuff.
Yeah.
Because whenever I ask you questions, you have thought
See
about
my eyebrows already?
Yeah,
Is
you
that what
get
it is?
like you. I'm like, oh, you drive in your car. You may listen to music, or sometimes you just think.
Yeah, I do. Yep.
You're a thinker.
Especially coming here, I don't. It's unpredictable when I come here to hang out with you guys. So I know you're gonna. I'm just ready.
You gotta be ready.
I pay attention to the world.
You do. Wine sommelier. It's so good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Are you a Napa guy?
I've gone to it.
Napa's cool. I like old world. That's kind of my vibe.
Like Italy.
Old world is Europe. Yeah.
You like old world.
Yeah. My thing is like Chablis.
People don't understand that champagne's named champagne because it comes from the
Yeah,
champagne.
champagne can only be called champagne if it's made in Champagne, France.
Thank you.
Otherwise, it's called sparkling. There's other names, but it's sparkling wine.
Prosecco.
Prosecco, Cava, Moscato,
Look at this guy.
Cremant.
What the hell? What's
Cremant.
going on here?
NFL wine guys, my new handle. I talk about wine only because I talk about wine on my regular handle, and people are like, yeah, I just drink it. I don't really care. So like, no one appreciates it here. Let me create NFL wine guy.
This guy appreciates it.
Okay, we'll follow it, and
couple
then
of thinkers.
and then all those professional athletes out there that are looking to buy wine, I am your guy. I'm being serious about that. That's what I do.
Good seeing you, Joy, with the news.
Turtle News. This is the Herd Line News.
What do Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson, Troy Aikman, Nick Foles, Cam Newton all have in common?
I don't know.
They all transferred in college. Historically, players who transfer from one college to another have been required to sit out one season before being eligible to play. Things have changed. So surprise, surprise, guess who isn't a fan of that? Nick Saban.
The issue with the transfer portal is we've gotten very liberal in giving people waivers. So when we do that, it becomes free agency, which I don't think is good for college football. I don't think it's good for fans. We make commitments to players for 4 years. They make commitments to us to be in a program. May not work out for everybody, and they may have a better opportunity someplace else. But if they had to sit out for a year, it would be a consequence for them in terms of their commitment.
Coaches have to sit out a year when they transfer jobs?
No, Nick, they don't. Let's see. Well, maybe he just forgot that he transferred in the middle of the season from Michigan State to LSU. That's available. Sometimes people forget. I don't want to hear this from Nick Saban. For that reason, and just because I don't want to hear this stuff from any college coach. We don't need to get into the conversation about whether players should be paid or not, but you have a very limited amount of time to play college football. If a kid wants to transfer, for whatever reason he wants to transfer, he's not getting playing time he wanted or was promised.
Or doesn't like his position.
He doesn't like his position. Maybe there's some other issue with the school that's personal. It really doesn't matter. You should be allowed to transfer schools.
And
coaches can in the middle of the season, and if you don't like it, then make it illegal for coaches to move in the middle of the season.
Also, most kids don't want to transfer. It's a very tiny
So
number.
exaggerated. And Nick's always on this because he's talking about guys staying out of bowl games too, which I also just dismiss me with it. Like if a guy is trying to protect himself from blowing his ACL in what is overall a meaningless bowl game to him after he's given 3 or 4 years of his body to the school, it's okay. He's looking towards his future. Isn't that the whole point of college? To prepare yourself for the future. It's such a small amount of kids that do this. It does, and there are kids that are seriously considering the NFL as their future career.
They want to play. They don't want
Yes.
to sit on the bench behind another 5-star running back.
Right. I mean, it's such a small amount. It's just so exaggerated. And then it becomes exaggerated because Nick Saban does it. And then everyone starts freaking out that this is a huge dramatic problem. And they change the rule and it hurts the kids. It's not a rule for the coaches. It shouldn't be the rule for the kids. It's just calm down. And you did transfer in the middle of the season. Like, it's going to be okay. So, the post-Peyton Manning Broncos have not exactly had a very easy time filling that position. But earlier this offseason, they traded for Joe Flacco and then proceeded to draft Missouri's Drew Lock in the second round of the draft. And as a result, GM John Elway is very confident in the team's current quarterback situation.
We just felt that with Joe coming in and getting him in a trade and where he is in his career and feel like he's in his prime, and at least we hope he is, and to be able, a young guy like Drew learn under him and be able to kind of solidify that position for a while. Obviously, we've been looking for one since Pate retired, and so that's always a difficult position to fill, but finally feel pretty good about that position and where we are.
I actually like Flacco to Denver more than everybody else. I don't think they're great at quarterback. I do feel today, Joy, they're settled for 2 years. I think they're not pathetic or in chaos.
I never felt like Joe Flacco was a disaster. I think just sometimes situations just reach the end and it's time to move on, and there's just nothing else more you're going to accomplish there. He's not that level of quarterback that's just going to keep reinventing himself within the game. Those are, like we were just discussing, outliers. They're very, very, very rare. They're the exception, not the rule. So I think it's a good situation for the Broncos. And like you said, it'll keep them afloat for 2 years.
Veteran, smart, talented, young guy.
Yeah.
Good.
And who knows what's going to happen with Drew Lock. At least he's sitting behind a guy that now also, I'm sure, feels like he has a chip on his shoulder and something to prove in the last few years of his career. So I like that they have someone you can at least feel comfortable with in Denver. Finally, in 12 seconds, Damian Lillard changed the course of a franchise forever. In Game 5 of the Western Conference semis, he drained a bomb to send the Thunder home, and Lillard had an interesting response when Brian Berger of Sports Business Radio asked him about it. Listen to who he shouted out.
You kind of changed the fortune of a franchise with that shot. Last question.